Hello, Warriors of Light, and welcome to my second podcast of 2025 and the 54th one in the series. So today, I will be going over Season 12 of the Crystalline Conflict ending on January 21, commenting on one topic from the Japanese Final Fantasy XIV Official General Forum, the ongoing Heavensturn celebration for 2025. The ongoing free login campaign, and my monthly report on my progress in Final Fantasy XIV. Today is January 11th, 2025. So, Season 12 of the Crystalline Conflict will end soon, and up to 300 gamers from each data center will receive rewards. Once the season has ended, gamers will receive rewards according to their overall rank and tier within each data center. The final results will be announced on Tuesday, January 21, or just before the release of patch 7.16. So, moving on to my next topic, this year I will randomly pick general official forum topics in different languages and give gamers my thoughts on them. So, today I will be commenting on a thread from the Japanese forum titled Eorzea Laudin Kai, or translated as the Eorzea Society of the Elderly, that was created by a user named Sir-1000. This thread was started in August of 2023 and goes over discussions about Final Fantasy XIV in the past with screenshots and game shots of version 1.0. Some of the interesting topics that I will go over were the past TP and MP gauges, the past weekly limit of 300 tomestones, the Ruby Sea diving and mounting glitch in Stormblood or Red Lotus expansion in Japanese, and the first Yokai Watch collaboration event not having flying enabled in certain zones. Personally, after reading this thread, I realized how much Final Fantasy XIV had changed over the years, and how we easily forget how things were in the past. So, yes, in the past, gamers had TP gauges for physical abilities and MP gauges for magical abilities. One of the major disadvantages for gamers using a ranged DPS tank or melee was that the TP gauge would deplete upon using sprint in battle. This made raids and ultimate battles more difficult to clear because gamers would have to wait for their TP gauges to regenerate and plan accordingly to dodge attacks, while still making DPS checks. Next, for the weekly limit of 300 tomestones, that also made it difficult for gamers to obtain the best in-slot gear for raid and ultimate battles. In the past, gamers were put to the test with less than perfect gear and had to wait more weeks than today. And even today, there is still controversy surrounding these past issues and why the first ultimate in Final Fantasy XIV took so long to clear. I still believe the ultimates and raids in the past took much more planning and coordination than today because of the TP and MP gauges and the longer wait times for stronger gear. And yes, I still remember this very small glitch in Stormblood where gamers had to completely dive into the Ruby Sea to mount again. There were a few Allied Society quests in Stormblood or the Red Lotus expansion in Japanese, where you had to swim on the surface of the water to grab boxes, and then gamers realized they couldn't mount in the middle of the Ruby Sea to return back again. It was an interesting time for gamers in the Ruby Sea. And lastly, the first Yokai Watch collaboration event did not have flying, and so gaining all the yokai weapons and minions took a lot of time, but was extremely fun because it was new. So, I highly recommend gamers that can read Japanese or have a great translator to take a look at this Japanese thread in the official Japanese General Forum. It's a great opportunity for gamers to have a deep nostalgia moment from the past 10 years of Final Fantasy XIV. So, next, the 2025 Heavensturn celebration has already started and will end on January 16. To participate in this event, gamers must start a quest titled Heavensturn Trivia by speaking to a character named Hibi Bugyo in Limsa Lominsa on the upper decks. Gamers must have a character at level 15. I highly recommend participating in this event because of the rare Great White Tsuchinoko minion and the Springtide fan stand. Next, the free login campaign has already started, and gamers can play up to 96 hours for free. To participate in this campaign, gamers must have previously purchased and registered Final Fantasy XIV, and the registered service accounts must have been set to inactive for at least 30 days. This would be a great opportunity to invite past Final Fantasy XIV gamers to play Final Fantasy XIV for free. And finally, my monthly progress report for Final Fantasy XIV. So, as of today, I was able to reach level 5 for Nidoweekwe custom deliveries, obtain rank 7 for the Pulupulu Allied Society, and finish leveling my last magic fighting style called Red Mage, which allowed me to earn the title of Arbiter of Magic. Also, I had a chance this month to finally clear Asphodelo Savage from Endwalker. Because Final Fantasy XIV has one of the best MMO communities in the world, I was able to clear a lot of past and new content this winter. And there are a lot of opportunities for all gamers to obtain rare titles, minions, and achievements. And that's all I have for my second podcast for 2025. If you enjoy my podcasts, you can subscribe to my English podcast channels on YouTube and Rumble, and my Russian channels on RuTube and VKontakte. Also, you can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, under Dynamis Ryne. Each week, I try to answer comments and questions found on my channels through my weekly podcasts. Feel free to post on my social media platforms and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.